welcome to Critical Tumble, where a bunch of longtime friends and internet nerds transcend geography through the power of Discord to play Dungeons and Dragons, and critically fumble a lot. Previously, the Cupcake Coterie had their travels through the frozen wastes of Aenbach with Alice's old hunting pack. They're on their way to Demille, which is the capital city of Aenbach, and as far as they know, the only actual city in that place. But then again, look at it. I mean, it's frozen nonsense all the way through. Alice's pack was soft on you, going along ways that were not going to involve yeti culls, frost giants, and the other various bits of bullshit that the people deal with on a day-to-day basis. They did, however, stop off at a Morskoi settlement. First their winter quarters, and then an evening spent in Bergtown. Literally a habitation, city, village, whatever, made on an iceberg. Clarity turned into a mermaid and kind of antagonized an orca by accident. Froseth now has gills when he is submerged in water, so that's a thing. And most of y'all had a great time. Darwin got some various bits of musical instruments and probably also was very interested in how these people manage effectively a jig hornpipe river dance kind of a dancing thing on that surface. Yeah, it's Alice did join in a time or two, and he's probably just watching it going, how the fuck? So yes, after the day spent there and generally mucking about, usefully in a couple of cases, but mucking about regardless, they went back to land. Although surface wise, there wasn't a whole lot of difference in all fairness. I mean, it's snow, it's ice, it's stomp, stomp, stomp. They walked for a while until they found it almost looks like a land iceberg. It's tall. It's sort of a butte. So big, tall, mountain, flat top ish kind of thing. It certainly does not look made in any way, apart from one almost crack in it that's probably the way in. This, according to Alice, is the start of the ice maze. And the predominant rule, no torches. Don't bring fire in there. So yes, you're sort of standing more or less outside the rough, not particularly inviting looking opening. Does anybody want to look around before they step in, or are they just stepping in?
Yeah, looking around. Good idea.
Look around.
Anybody who is looking around, please make me a perception check. I weed out the good dice.
Can I look for traps around the entrance instead?
It's still the same perception check. We
Okay.
had that conversation. Bat. Pity's sake. Yeah, some of y'all are probably a little bit glare blind at this stage, because you're just really not used to the whole concept of snow, ice, this much white and this much sun bouncing off it. Hazel is actually probably properly managing because Paylor loves her dumbass.
Collective glows I can deal with after a point when I can see again.
Well, you guys have been walking in it for a while, but then again, you've got late morning sun shining off solid ice at this point. So those of you who have not done particularly well, don't feel bad. You've got spots. You have spots. Hazel has noticed that somewhere in that snowdrift over there does not look 100% natural. Like, it doesn't look like just a snowdrift. It looks kind of like snow on top of something. And probably not rocks. Barnabas, being the taller one, notices that on the very edge of the crack in the wall, the entrance point, it's not as unworked as it looks. There's small runes. It might be writing. You don't know.
Well, he points that out to everybody just because, like,
yeah, it's quite high up. So, and Froseth probably noticed the scratches a little bit, but he's more making sure that nothing's coming out to try to eat them.
Hold on. Don't and nobody go anywhere.
We weren't. We were looking at writing. You can stop doing that, Darvin. There's nobody to offend.
There's anybody else see that snowdrift?
And Alice
Yes.
not bothered by any of this, walks over and starts brushing snow away. Okay, well, that explains some of the missing adventurers. Steps aside, and yeah, it's very well preserved because frozen solid, human individual. In all fairness, he was not dressed for the weather. He keeps clearing, and there's another couple of them, and none of them are wearing proper Anbach furs. He clears up a tent, and everything is frozen solid. Where did these people outfit themselves?
Looks like they didn't.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they have some fur, just not the right fur. They're dressed for not this. They're dressed for some cold, but not this. Did they not think where they were? What?
Apparently they didn't.
How did they even get this far?
Not everyone assumes that this place is elemental to the point of almost being a plane in and of itself, it feels like.
She pats one of them down, and with a certain amount of crack, comes out with a very frozen spell book. They teleported!
Yeah.
Directly here? Without doing any fucking research.
Mm.
This is part of what the people are for. At least you're somewhere more now, you poor stupid shit muppets.
Mm-hmm.
This is apparently her version of a. This is apparently her version of a eulogy for the bunch. Yeah, it's just at least you're somewhere more warm now, you poor stupid shit muppets.
I'm just hoping that the next group of lunkheads who tries teleporting remembers to actually bring.
That's the thing. If you don't
researched cold weather gear.
If you don't stop by the people first, you can't get the kind of cold weather gear you need. That's why we only teleported to the border. I mean, obviously you could go directly to Demille, but it's rude if you've never been there before. I have a feeling, and this really is just a guess, that this bunch decided that they wanted that they heard that that the governor of Ambach wanted things, and they probably heard some rumors about the ice maze because it's not uncommon. And they decided we're glorious golden gods. We can handle anything. And then they teleported here, and they froze to death within the first 2 minutes.
Wonderful.
And they're not exactly golden anymore.
Hubris and arrogance, it'll get them every time.
Well, I mean, you would have thought that they'd want... I mean, look at Clarity. She researches everything. To the point where sometimes I'm afraid she's going to vanish into a book and we'll never hear from her again.
I'll go fetch her. That
Just run
happens.
by something cute. There'll be a peep of some sort.
Yeah, but you have to get her attention to make her look at the cute first. That's the challenge. Anyway,
Gonna look at Hazel.
sorry, I was somewhat distracted by eulogizing the shit Muppets. Barnabas, you were saying?
That we got runes of some kind up high. Definitely not. I have no idea what they are, and well, paranoia is paranoia. You know.
Okay. I mean,
Anyone have any idea what that is?
well, Clarity. Because, I mean, Clarity and Hazel, this looks like Halfling runes, but they're not words you recognize. Somebody has apparently found a way around you can read all writing when the writing is writing words that aren't, as far as you know.
It just looks like a jumble to me.
Actually, give me an intelligence check, Clarity. Hazel, not so much. You don't have the advantage. It looks like Halfling runes, but those words make no sense.
15.
A couple of them sound vaguely familiar. You might have heard one or two of them in... was it something Flitty said? Was it something Froseth said? Was it what?
This is gonna bother me. It seems familiar, but
Can you sound it? Can you sound it out?
but
Yeah, give me a performance check, actually.
no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we roll the hand of fate because this is just ridiculous. The hand of fate absolutely loves Froseth because he's heard people mangle Draconic before.
Liberty gibbets.
You thank you.
That is Draconic, and given the mangling of it, is not 100% sure it's either the he's not sure whether if it's the son of one, it's a name, you don't really know it, or heir to, but it's a title. It's Bogregh.
Eh?
As far as you know from what little the monastery has ever told you. Actually, to be fair, And the Hand of Fate did love you. And you're much more mindful about the things Faraday said after forgetting got you dunked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bogregh was a title. It was something in the Silver Dragonborn tribes of the north when there were still lots of them, apparently. Every Dragonborn settlement had one. It translates... Faraday was a bit vague on the translation because she's still only, 8, 9? But it was wise person, wise ruler, wise leader, wise something. It was a important position, and you earned it through deed, and it was a thing. But it was a very specific thing to the northern Silver Dragonborn tribes. But you don't know whether it's the son of, the heir to, just because that... I mean, the only reason that you're vacillating between those two is because the parsnip of Bogregh does not mean anything. But what she's effectively saying, only the son of heir to or parsnip of Bogregh may enter and may bring others. As far as you can tell, anyway, you're a little shaky on that last bit, just because no. I know humans can make that. I know humans can make that sound. What are you doing?
Walker, big buck, big walker. Makes sense.
That sounds like draconic, as much as you're butchering it.
To be fair, even I could tell you were butchering that, but I wasn't going to say anything because you were trying so hard. It was so cute.
Halfling? What, draconic? What's that? Why?
About to ask.
Well, let's find out what it means, and maybe that'll give us some clues.
What I could get from what you were saying is essentially like a only either heir to, son of, like a it's an honored position, like a wise person.
What, like the Urdages?
Yeah, that sounds about right. But basically, only hairdo or son of or something along those lines may enter, I think.
Oh, I hope you can bring an honor guard. Because I take it this is a Silver Dragonborn thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
And there's a thing. I wonder if you count.
you're
Should
What's the word? Because I can ask. Sending. I can ask Faraday. You don't have to pronounce it. I won't make you.
yeah. Okay, sorry.
Just it does our thing and counts off words. Very, very brief. Good grief, she's loud. I'm surprised we can't hear the squeeing from here. She says her father held that position once.
Wow.
Okay.
Sounds like you're an heir then.
and son of, so hey.
Well, that depends on what heir means. Heir isn't always necessarily the when it's passed down to. If it's son of, we don't have a problem. Heir to would mean he'd done something that would have got him the title, because if her father was one once, it doesn't sound like he was for the whole time. Not
Yeah,
because
from what I
he
remember-
lost it,
Yeah.
but what, somebody came along and did something better?
From what I remember, it is very much an earned position. So
Did we just walk face first into Prophecy Central here?
Possibly. Maybe this was originally meant to be a trial to earn the position.
Which would explain why people aren't, out much. Because if they're not, literally not supposed to be there.
I guess I wonder what. I mean, people must have gone in. If there's. I mean, what are we looking at here? Are we looking at trials if we're looking for worthy, and death trap if it's not? What does it do to determine that you're there and worthy? How does it know?
Didn't
I
you
could-
say it's not broadly unlike the Temple of Nerul?
That's what I've heard, but this is the first time I'm hearing anything about restrictions based on. I mean, I have heard legends of the Bogregh, but not even we were talking about them very much, because by the time I was here, sorry for Seth, but the culls were happening. Or had happened, or both, really. And to be fair, we're both in the same boat as far as that one goes. So, I mean, people must have gone in and managed to get out alive again, but in some cases not, because we've only seen one set of adventurer sickles. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how you declare that you're coming in for this. Obviously, I haven't been around the potential son of heir to a Bogregh before.
Maybe we just try going in with Froseth in the lead and hope that works?
Clarity.
I wouldn't be surprised if it became apparent as we get in.
Well, I could also try to. Clarity, did you see anything looking around doing? Because I'm assuming you checked for.
That's the thing. If this is akin to the Temple of Nerul, these aren't the kinds of traps you're going to be able to see. This isn't. I mean, think about it. Pressure plates and tripwires.
No, I know, but if
mean-
that's the case, then my only other thought was, at the risk of a migraine, like from hell, or from hells, I could try to do some detect magic at first, just to see maybe that would be a thing on the door or something. And
Well, it's not a door. It's a cave. It's open.
I have a feeling if there would be anything to detect, it'd be blinding.
Did we not
thought
watch?
too.
Did we not watch Aaron do this enough?
That is a good point.
I mean,
that's why I was only suggesting it, not doing it.
they did.
Hmm.
I mean, if you don't want us just going in, the problem is I don't really know what's there, so hopefully I won't end up looking at the inside of a wall. But and she taps the chain.
I mean, seems better than sending someone in there without knowing what's in there.
But keep in mind, this is only going to be, I can see or I can hear. That's not going to tell us much of anything. I mean, if I don't see anything, that doesn't necessarily mean it's safe. This is, if this is akin to the Temple of Nerul, the way I've heard it is, it's Oral's domain. If we don't handle this right, there's only two of us who are likely not to get incredibly badly hurt by what's about to happen. Hazel, make me a wisdom check.
Who make the wisdom check? You
Broke up a little there.
Hazel, sorry. You have a spell. It is literally called divination.
Yeah.
If you can think of the right question to ask, this might all be moot. And to be fair, I mean, Hazel's obviously come up with it before anybody, but if she failed that roll, I was having all the rest of you roll, because you all know she has this spell.
I'm starting to dig for my incense and offering.
Darwin just kind of looks confused at Hazel for a second, sees the incense, and oh, shuts up. And
Need to ask the right query.
Given that wisdom check, it's sort of, it's not just asking how to get in, it's asking what does do. Does Froseth have to do anything to declare his intent to enter with us? What are the criteria for entry, maybe?
Yeah, I was really thinking that. Before I am setting up the offering in this little circle. I've got a question in mind already, but if anyone thinks that what would any of you ask?
Tell us what you were going to ask first. At some point, Hazel, you're going to have to trust yourself.
What are the criteria for entry, or more specifically, what would be the criteria for Froseth entering and declaring us going along with him?
I mean, specificity is good.
mm-hmm. I don't know if you need to say safe entry. I don't know if you need to get that specific.
Well,
at the same time,
mean,
I don't know.
Doesn't hurt to be that specific.
I mean,
If it's a temple of trial, if it's a temple of trial, I doubt there is a safe entry.
yeah, but there's a difference between safe that you have to do and safe that you don't. And
yeah.
In all fairness, if you're going to something like this, you're expecting... And it's safe entry, not safe passage, is the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, the wording of entry is good, because no, we can't expect to go through the entire ice maze safely. But walking in the door, you are one of those people who would get really flummoxed by, there's one carnival that passed through at one point. I don't know if you saw it, Ree. They had a tent of magical beast curiosities, and there were signs all around the place. Come and see the egress, and walked through and right out the tent again because egress means exit.
This talk is happening. I've already started.
Okay.
That one does sound familiar.
I knew the meaning. I just watched people. I basically stood outside and watched people go through, and the expressions were priceless. Okay, Hazel, what you get? It's pretty clearly a vision of ago, a long time ago. The kind of antiquated armor that you saw on the statues of the Deathless in the Temple of Nerul is on this the Dragonborn and his 3 companions. And you don't speak Draconic, but he's clearly, and this is an old-timey hero, and they were more speechify-y back then. So he's clearly doing some kind of heroic oration and seems to be gesturing in the direction of his people, probably introducing, announcing something, you don't know. But there's very much a, given your general insight, there's very much a statement of intent there. And they enter, no problem, and vision ends. You okay over there?
Yep. Well, what I saw was someone being an awful lot more talkative than Froseth normally is. And I mean, an awful lot more talkative to the point where they might have even outspoken, out-speechified you.
Which you are you talking about?
String to Alice.
That's the thing. It could go with Darwin, but it depends on whether or not the attempt was successful. Because my speechifying gets fucking results.
Mine just gets me punched.
Pat.
Attempt successful was all in Draconic, but it was felt like a declaration of intent, an introduction of the companions. Again, they really extensive one, but
how long
did it look individual or like this group is coming with me type thing?
It looked individual and specific.
It was per individual, and I don't know how much this will help, but their gear was the same that we'd seen on the statues of the Deathless.
Oh, so
this was like way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That kind of flowery speech was a bit more common back then. A lot more common back then. I mean, you two probably read books. And so it looks at clarity, you too. So maybe you don't have to be that flowery? Take heart from that.
With what Hazel described, yeah, it just basically just sounds like it's a very firm declaration of who you are, what your intent is, and then you introduce each of us and who we are in relation to you, and then at least that's what I'm getting from Hazel. Does that sound right, Hazel? The level of flowery is up to you. Seems like.
About the size of it.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like we know either way. It might just have been the way this guy talked, or he might have actually done his research and known that was how he had to do it. But I'm hoping that the intent's enough.
Well, I knew where to find out.
For Christine's sake, Clarity might know, but for Christine's sake, who are the Deathless?
This was something that we did actually explain this for Lindira, but to go through it again, in the Temple of Nerol, once they passed all the trials, they found a few different rooms, and actually, yes, we did explain this for Lindira because she for Cloudy because she did look very interested in the concept. I seem to remember. If somebody has a quest that's so big, so all
Oh, those
consuming,
guys.
yeah, those guys.
I didn't know that that was what they were called. Yeah.
I did mention, but it's a name and a whole lot of information. I'm not surprised it slipped past. But yeah, those guys. So what it means is, I mean, obviously the ones in the Hall of the Deathless were from different time periods, but Hazel's not going to make that distinction. She just knows it was from ago. So yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, so that's what we're down to. Troseth, I think that makes the stage all yours.
We are going to make you do this shit occasionally.
Yes.
I am
yes,
hard
yes,
on
I
everyone
understand
else.
that.
Why not you two?
Yep, no, I understand that. Okay. So he'll walk up closer to the entrance to B and let's see.
Alice
So
gestures and starts for people to flank him a little, so they're within line of sight if that matters.
Sort of nudging people into equivalent positions to where I saw.
Well, to be fair, they were just, around the
Yep.
the Dragonborn of yore.
okay. Kind of looks steadies himself. Okay. And then may as well speak in Draconic. I am Froseth Rhymehook. I have come to enter the maze and pass any. Well, what specifically were we here for again? I'm drawing a blank.
For Froseth, he is fairly wise. The best way to put it in this kind of situation is bring lost knowledge back into the light, because that is what you're doing. You're trying to find something to bring to the Silver Vault.
I have come to retrieve lost knowledge to bring back into the light. I bring with me my companions and found family, and then starts to gesture to each person. Let's start. Hazel, Hearthheart, and Barnabas, Clarity, Darvin, Ava, Alice, and Remy. Kind of pauses, waits for any sort of.
Nothing apparently changes. And
Okay.
Hazel has no idea what you said because she doesn't speak Draconic, and none of the ones of you that do heard anything wrong about that from the information that was passed along. So, as far as you can tell, nothing's changed. It doesn't look menacing or ominous or inimical, and there's not a door to open. It's just you're still standing up to various bits in snow.
Hazel, was there any change in your vision when they?
You don't know, you only saw things. nothing you could see, but it's not like you could really feel anything.
All I got was visual.
Hmm.
No sound I could understand. And outside of that, if there was an effect we could feel, I certainly wouldn't know because all I did was see and hear.
Okay.
They just looked like they went in immediately afterwards. So,
Oh, all right then.
And
Right
let's
Rosette?
about all we can do.
He'll start walking in then.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can basically everybody except for Froseth and weirdly Alice, please make me Constitution saving throws.
Oh,
20.
15.
10.
13.
22.
It's a 22 kind of a day today.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
So let's see. That's 6
Actually,
for Remy.
I'm
You
gonna.
can't do anything now. You've rolled it.
I was gonna. Okay.
Well, I'm in the process of rolling damage numbers at the moment. Is all. I know
Okay.
that some time needs to happen, but it needs to be more than like. It needs to be less than like 45
Sorry.
seconds. Okay, so let's see that. And to be fair, it makes sense that Hazel's okay. Hazel has a whole different kind of connection thing, so that's Hazel. No clarity. Yep. Okay. Eva 9. So yeah, Hazel, Alice, and Froseth are oddly fine. And to be fair, Darwin has his own thing, so Remy takes 6 points of cold damage, and while she can move, she's not going to be able to do so much longer if her armor starts to freeze and lock up. Clarity takes 7 points of cold damage. Ava takes 9.
Ow!
Darwin takes 4. And Barnabas takes 5.
Just reiterating in case I somehow missed it.
You're
or I
not
got-
you're not taking
Ava-
damage. You're not taking damage. You're not taking damage. Darwin's not taking as much as he should. Alice and Froseth are fine. For Hazel, it got really, really chilly for a moment, and then it's like the sun made it back off.
Small clarification question. I got 15 and I took more than Jericho.
Yeah,
I
because
got
it's
10.
1d12.
Ah. I thought it was like same for
Nope,
everybody,
but
that's what that makes sense.
if somebody doesn't do something soon, I'm rolling them again.
Uh,
Oh.
Okay.
Nudge.
I think we missed a step. Sorry, Froseth, I think you missed a step.
Yeah, what did I do wrong?
Maybe you have to describe each person's thing, and so the temple knows.
Or
Remy.
So the temple knows who we represent.
Remy, 3 points of cold damage. Clarity, 10 points of cold damage. Ava, 10 points of cold damage. Actually, no, 5 because you just hit the threshold. Darwin takes 5 and Barnes takes 6. Why am I not getting this at all? I mean, I'm.
You're cold resistant though, aren't you?
Yeah, but not to that. Cold will still hurt me, but I'm Darvin, is this hitting you as badly as it is some of them?
No, and I think it's
And
I think
Hazel?
it's the connection.
So it's Froseth, or we're okay because we're connected to the divine.
Fine, yeah.
So leave us out of it.
But, huh.
Explain our connections. And
No.
their connections too.
Well, just shut up, because you're making 2 points for Remy, 6 points for Clarity, 3 points for Ava, 3 points for Darvin, and 6 points for Barnabas. Why are they your companions? Beyond whatever short but sweet nice thing you did. What are they? What do they do? And they clearly know about us.
Yeah, okay, so I don't even know how to describe most of them.
Try fighting styles, for fuck's sake!
So let's go like Remy, Paladin of Tritherion, and with also her patron is
My dad, so back off!
Yeah.
She sees, she doesn't speak Draconic, but she sees him struggling, and it's just, yeah, and it stops being quite that cold for Remy. And since Darvin is also frosty, maybe for him too. So let's see, that's, oh god, 12 for Clarity, 4.
Hey.
It's working.
4 for Ava, and 1 for Darvin, and 2 for Barnabas.
Okay. Clarity. Ooh, she's a tough one. Warlock of the Fey Queen and Seeker of Knowledge.
Did you mention sharp, pointy things? Stabby. Sneaky stabby.
And rogue, I guess.
It'll do. Apparently
Yeah.
it does, because Clarity stops. I mean, her hair is frosted, her clothes are frosted. Even under the furs, but yeah.
Moves on. Ava.
3 points of cold damage for Ava, by the way. 3 for Darvin, and 5 for Barnabas.
Ava, Ranger, Hunter of Monsters.
Ava stops feeling quite so cold, but she is. I mean, she could. There's actually small sheets of ice coming off places.
And I guess still Barnabas, visitor from another realm, warrior.
That's apparently enough for them, but 3 more points for Darvin, by the way.
And
Bahamut's not completely protecting him.
Darvin, Bard, and I guess follower of Bahamut now.
And the cold that has been descending on all of you stops. I mean, obviously there is still cold, but the furs are actually keeping it at bay now.
Holy crap! Sorry.
Who?
That's okay.
There was just a miscommunication. It's not your fault that Hazel can't speak Draconic. And it's probably hard to pick out exact job descriptions out of flowery prose in a language you don't know. Okay, how bad are people hurt?
Ugh.
It took a
Pretty
little bit, but I'm
bad.
alright.
I'll be all right.
Ava and Clarity need help. I'm okay. Thank you. Thanks, Bahamut.
I'm bluer than usual.
Yeah, that's supposed to be your skin, not your hair.
Okay, so I'm going to cast. I'm going to pull. I'm going to say, okay, everyone crowd around real quick.
Probably don't need to. Was not hurt in the least.
Well, yeah, except for those of us who. You know what?
We get it.
I say anyway, just because.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Beacon of Hope. And then I'm going to upcast Mass Healing Word to 4th level. And with the Beacon of Hope, I'll be maximized. Let me just hit that. And I'll bring up the cookie.
Yeah, so it's 4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. And and another. Basically, it's 2d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yep. So
Because you. It's amusing. I'm looking at actually what you rolled. It was 3 plus, which is your spellcasting modifier, plus 1 plus 4. So worst and best all at once, but that's not the case. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11 plus your life domain stuff.
yeah, which is let me just double check that the numbers on that. That's okay. That's 2 plus the spell's level, so
6.
upcast that makes it
6.
5.
5. You cast it at 4th level.
Yeah, so that's 6 total.
Okay, 6. Yeah, that's 6 total. Sorry, I forgot that. I'm like looking at the
So
spell
6 plus
levels
11.
and
It's
and there's
7.
a little bit
It's
of
17 total for
17
everybody
total.
who.
How's everyone doing?
Much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
Clarity?
Better, still hurt, but better.
Okay, gonna
I can throw in a little heal if needed.
It's better to
Gonna move up.
given that you're more ranged. It's probably better to save that for emergency if we actually have to fight in here. That's
We'll be
why
fine.
that's why I'm saving the hands.
Copy that.
Walk over to clarity and walk a little bit closer to clarity. And upcasting Cure Wounds to 2nd level. It's gonna be maximized.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
so
a D8. That's 2D8.
yeah, so 8, 16 plus your spellcasting modifier plus
Disciple.
the spell's level plus modifier, so
Plus 2. So yeah, that's an extra 4 from the disciple.
that's 8, 16, 20.
I'm full now. Thank you. Much better.
And that's before that's just getting in the front door. Yeah,
Oh.
that's okay. You didn't know.
Yeah.
And we fixed it. It's good. It's fine. It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Right at the moment, you're in a fairly narrow corridor. There's about enough space for 3 of you to stand abreast. You're getting a little bit of light in from the door, but it let you get a bit in before the cold started. But currently, dark ice tunnel, and it's
Ooh.
only going to get darker as you go in.
Can we hear any sounds?
Make me a perception check if you're listening that hard.
Didn't quite hear what Marion said.
She's
14.
asking if you hear anything. Yes, if you want to know whether you hear, see, perceive anything, or percept anything, as Noms will generally put it, you have to make me a perception check. Those are the rules. I mean, you're not hearing anything beyond wind going through ice tunnel is actually a really creepy sound.
We have that globe.
Yes.
I think we do.
Drift globe.
I
I
mean,
believe that's in my bag.
yeah. Well,
I have my
probably is your. Let's
You were the one.
try and keep let's try and keep the weapons sheathed until we absolutely need them. It's something I'll probably think we're
Probably about
antagonizing otherwise. I mean, if
Good point.
if the drift globe isn't enough, Ree and I can both cast light on things. I can even yeah, I know the spell, but I can also just kind of do it because the wings
Because
kind
you.
of flip. Yeah, that.
Okay, so I'll pull out the drift globe, activate it.
And drift globe kind of floats little circles around Frosa's head for a moment before it goes into hang position.
Yeah.
Did that thing like take on a little bit of your sister's personality when she made it work again?
It would not surprise me.
Say.
I was going to suggest Froseth lead, Alice follow, and then the rest of us figure out.
I think that Frosa should be close in the lead, but should maybe somebody with dark sight not be just in case?
That's probably a good idea.
I'm probably best with the light source in the middle, so everyone gets an even.
Yeah, even coverage.
Yep.
And
'cause the
also,
ones with dark sight.
and it also means that Ree can stand directly behind me and get in something's face if I look to be unduly threatened, because I know she wants to.
Mhm.
Love you too.
Mhm.
Besides, for the moment at least, there's room enough for a couple of us to walk abreast of each other anyway, so we're not.
Oh, do you think it would be good to sneak?
No, because we had to announce our way in.
That's true.
Yeah. Probably not much point in this at this point.
Not
This is
right,
what-
not right now anyway. Besides, we have a drift
But
globe
no.
and we're going into something with no light.
Mm-hmm.
The whole bag here seems to be direct challenge, so any sort of sneaky movement is going to be taken
Yeah.
poorly by the temple.
I think I know where the people get it from now. Anyway, let's...
Oh my god.
It's not much of a maze if it's just the one tunnel, so let's see if we can find a...
Intersection.
something like that. Intersection, trap, ravening monster, you know.
Either way, what bliss?
I'll say
gonna take-
I'll say kind of scoops up a handful of snow off the ground, pelts it in Darvin's general direction, and given your AC in the face.
I'm gonna take a minute and cast Gift of Alacrity on Remy.
Okay.
So that's an extra D8 to your initiative.
Remember, for several hours, so
Yeah, for 8 hours.
Yep.
the only reason I just reminded several instead of 8 was because you were trying to remind Noms about it in combat last time, and that's his job.
I have made a note.
Very quietly. Cling.
There's they don't walk for too long. It's a few hundred yards, and they come to. I mean, you guys were in the the caves of Bogregh, and with the various things that look like little settlements and that kind of thing. This is kind of like that, but it has more the feel of an entry room than anything else. I mean, there used to be people gathered here. There's a sculpture that's original shape is long since lost to wear and tear, and along the walls of this kind of diamond-shaped room, there's a very weathered looking planters filled with, surprisingly enough, blue and white roses.
So it's sort of an antechamber.
It looks that way, yes. The ice roses appear to be thriving. There are 4 paths out of this place. One to what you would gather is the north. One sort of branches off there to the northeast. One is directly to the east. And one is to the west. Sorry, one's west, one's north, one's northeast, and one is east.
And the entrances all look the same.
Yeah, pretty much. They just seem to be ice tunnel cave things. It's like being underground in Bogregh all over again. So no, they've
So
just
no carvings around the entrances or.
nope. There is, as far as you can tell, even if you take 20 and hunt around, no indication of which way you should go. This is for Froseth and any of you who actually were in the Temple of Nerul, you can probably figure out if you take a moment. This is part of the challenge. And to be fair, Barnabas has dealt with some organizations that would do that kind of bullshit for giggles anyway. Part of the challenge is navigate the maze, go where, find your way through it to where you want to be.
Welcome to the maze.
Roseth, since the temple seems to want it to be your show, I guess I can help you think on this a little, and I'm patting him on the shoulder and casting guidance.
And
Okay.
if that doesn't work, there's always other enhancements.
Yep.
I guess let's just do be a wisdom check to see if I can think of
And you can try. You can always
try.
try.
I can try. Well, it's depends. Like we've been calling it a maze, but it all depends whether it's actually a maze or more like a labyrinth. Because if it's a maze, you could put your hand on one wall and basically follow, and eventually hit everything.
To be fair, you'd know enough to know that it's not going to be that simple.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, so that doesn't take any kind of wisdom check. It's
Yeah.
not going to be something that you could just put your hand on one wall and keep going until you find the thing.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I guess let's try rolling for it. Wisdom. I will add that d4. 18 total.
The best you've really got is direct north is probably not the way that you want to go, just because thinking on where you found the entrance, going north would probably be following you along, doing some spatial stuff in your head. You're just thinking, if I go north, we'd wind up hitting a wall too soon for it to be much of anything from this particular spot. So, northeast is still viable, but due north is not.
Okay, so not north. Hmm. Let's see.
And your choices are northeast, west, or east.
East, west, or east. Okay.
I mean, given that wisdom check, there's more ways to go east than there are to go west. So it might be that going in a general easterly direction might be the best course of action, but you don't know whether it's possible that, given that this seems to be a thinking trial as much as anything else, full exploration might might be a good idea. So northeast is probably, well, east or northeast are the directions that you probably want to go. North isn't going to yield you anything useful. West, you never know. It might be worth
Okay.
something.
Okay, so we probably don't want to go north. With the more options, more easterly, that will probably open up to more. West could still be something. If
But
I'm not gonna make a decision for us, so
But you don't reckon that West is going to take us to anything that they wouldn't want us to... anything that they'd trial us for?
yeah. Yeah, we're probably not looking at a trial to the west if we wanted to go that and see what's there first. But
East then?
What, straight east? Because there's the two paths in that general direction.
We want
Well,
to
why
go
why
to the
not?
west.
Why were you saying north wouldn't work?
Looking at it, tell me if I'm wrong, but we'd be hitting the wall too soon for there to be anything of interest.
Yeah.
And there's probably even not a decent
Oh,
intersection.
okay. Well, okay. So, well, then the question is, it could be that north path could be going back either west or east.
There's not enough of a there's not enough space for a good turning point.
Oh, my
Because
bad.
that'd be eaten up by the northeasterly one.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I guess northeast then?
I mean, I'd be looking at more due east, but I'd probably want to check in on the west just to be on the safe side.
Yeah,
But that's just me.
like, look, I don't think we'll run into like anything trial wise to the west, so I don't think it'd hurt to check that path first.
Okay.
Fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can weigh in here, you know.
I just thought we'd want to just,
Um,
if there is trials, if there are things that we
There's-
need to accomplish,
There's
I thought we'd
unknown in
just
all three, so we're gonna have to.
accomplish, you know?
There's
I
unknown
think it
everywhere,
would
so we're
probably
gonna
be
have to pick
wisest
it.
to go check out everything before proceeding.
The thing is, though, that I mean, remember what happened in the Temple of Nerul. If we take a direction that actually means we're going forward, they might not let us go back and double check.
Right. That's why
Sometimes you commit to something.
That's why I'm thinking east or either east or northeast. I'm not really sure which in this case, but because like we came here to accomplish something, let's go toward that accomplishment.
Yeah, but there might be something worth looking at to the west if it's not going to hamper us at all.
Information we might need, could use, or could provide in exchange for further access once we have more details on what we need.
Yeah.
So, quick look in a westerly direction and see what see what we find. Okay.
Yeah.
The western path doesn't go for very far. You find a door. It's certainly not made of wood. Wood would be a problem right about now. It's probably iron, but it hasn't been wrought the way you guys are used to. It's effectively cold forged iron. It does have a lock.
I wonder what that's hiding.
Can I examine the lock?
Investigation check.
Going to, as she advances, tap her on the shoulder and guide
She's already rolled, so no, you're not.
That's fine. 19.
Yep. I mean, it looks like a pretty standard lock, if incredibly heavy, which it kind of has to have been to survive as long as it has.
I will try to pick it.
Thieves' tools.
Go. 21.
For a second, you're a little afraid that one of your tools might break just because the tumblers are stiff and heavy. But you do eventually get the door open and very quickly withdraw your thieves' tools so that nothing snaps when it opens. When the door does open and the light from the drift globe hits it, it's a small-ish room, more of an alcove than anything else. There's no furniture, there's no chests or anything like that, and for a couple of seconds, it just looks like it's, like it's just a room that was kind of dug out, and there's kind of ice chips on the floor. No, wait, those are not ice chips. All those bits that look like ice are diamond.
Just how much diamond is here?
Well, you don't know. It depends on how much you can actually collect. And how
I
much...
have a feeling we shouldn't touch those.
I'm kind of with Remy on this.
I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, it's behind a lock, but I know a thing or two about picking locks. That was damn near impossible to pick.
I mean, yeah, there was no reaction, but I don't know.
You're just sitting there, though, even with
I
the lock.
Maybe
Lock
that's
the
the
door.
point. That's what I mean. Maybe that's the point. It's temptation.
Alice just kind of kneels down and picks up a bit. Hey, look! I'm fine!
It's probably just a treasury.
That
Either that or an intentional supply cache, and I'm gonna start trying to see how many I can get, see if I can collect enough for certain spells.
You can
That's a good point.
you can collect enough for one revivify. So can Remy. Alice takes about the
Okay.
same.
That's useful.
Yes, it is.
As long as we just take what we need. And probably shut and lock
Yeah.
the door again.
That's a good point.
So we good? Moving on?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm voting for East, but Northeast admittedly is also an option, but I'm voting for East until or unless it causes a problem. So you can blame me for any bullshit that goes wrong.
Mighty generous of you.
Well, I can't. To be fair, either way is going to give us bullshit. So I guess I can't really be blamed, but
No.
it feels like, at least for the moment, as long as we can, straight directions are probably we are a straightforward bunch.
Yeah, for a
And
given you're straightforward, yes. As long as I'm not trying to
on
get a point across.
on the average. Stop over-explaining. You step on my jokes every time you do that. Pat. And we're at about break time, so when we return, we'll cover what happens as you take the path to the east.
Fun, maze walking fun.
in the ice maze, heading east. You're not entirely sure how big this place is. There's been some downward sloping and that kind of thing. The tunnels are still wide enough for a couple of you to walk abreast. They've been narrowing a little, but still only, 2 and 2, as long as one of the two isn't Barnabas, because Barnabas big. No height problems, though. This was built for those who average out at about 6.5 feet. So you're
Well, that's good.
Yep. So that's all fine. But as you're walking along, sort of Alice and Remy more or less in the lead, Furseth directly behind them. You've got Alice going, okay, here's a thought. It's not a great thought, but it is one anyway. Those adventurers from outside can't have been the only ones who've tried it. And maybe some got away before they got frozen to death, but I imagine there had to have been at least some that decided they could fight it off and tried to get back in. Has anything else seemed missing to you guys under that?
It could be anywhere in the maze, so what's left of them?
Yeah, but how far could they have got? You guys who actually felt it, how far do you think they could have got?
Not at all.
No bodies.
So that's
At
actually
least
weird.
some-
Yeah, now you mention it, we didn't see, other than the few we saw outside. That's slightly concerning.
We probably want to be on the lookout, because I know my ambuck carrion eaters. Be on the watch for yeti.
Mm.
I was thinking more the
Do we know
temple
what yeti are?
guardian.
Was that explained to us?
She has explained yeti on multiple occasions.
Right.
Largely, she explained yeti because the pack was avoiding them for you guys.
Right.
So yeah, that's funny because you're walking in and you're hitting a doorway, and there is a noise that does not take a perception check to hear or understand. It is a
Oh.
oh fuck! We have yeti.
Mm.
Oh, wonderful.
What is this? The Empire Strikes Back Wampa sequence?
Well,
Should we,
Remy and Alice can at this point actually already see because you were fairly close to the entryway at that point, so that'd be actually I'll wait to move to the map until I've got at least Remy and Alice set up because they are in the lead, coming through the door. And as they about the time at which they hit the doorway, where is my? Yeah, here we go. Point.
Oh God.
Yeah, I couldn't actually find
Oh.
yeti, but frost trolls are probably about the same. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Two of them are looking directly at Remy and Alice, and they're making a lot of noise. So I would like you all to roll initiative.
Plus 28.
Good thing.
Yes, it is.
15.
Well, I'm going last.
Well, you're probably fairly close to the back, so I can I mean, to be fair, you're not going that far last looking at what
Mm.
Remy
Mm.
rolled. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's...
How did you? That was what the plus. Oh no, that's never mind.
It's okay, hang on, that's... let's see. X+1, so that's,
I'm surprised I rolled as high as I did.
well, sometimes your dice do end up getting lucky on you. So that's... No. Who did I miss? That's Alice, Darvin, Froseth. Remy. No, Remy's at the back. So. Hazel. That's the one I missed. Okay. As per usual, because my dice are my dice, and in all fairness, she is literally right in the frickin' doorway. We do have Alice, and because she is in the position that she's in, she's going to move forward, and she is going to cast Thunderwave. Cube. Okay. It's a Constitution saving throw for that one. Nope. So that's 2d8. So that's 9 damage on Yeti number 2, and is shoved away 10 feet. Well, 5, 10, yeah, and it kind of, actually, in all fairness, that's about the same as fall damage, so that's... Okay, so yeah, what you've effectively got is Thunderwave wham. Is anybody? I know Clarity's back up to full, but is anybody else still low on hit points? Remy specifically.
Remy's full up.
Okay. Anybody else though? Just to be on the safe side.
I'm just missing a few.
Barnabas is down like 6.
We'll leave it for now. They're not all that much. And yeah, to give people some more room, and because she can, in fact, death from above a bit, she sees this sort of cliff aside and flies up to be more or less directly over top of the one that she just made one with the wall. Hey guys, we've got Yeti!
Well,
Darvin.
Okay, well now that Alice is out of the way, Darvin will step to there. And having heard the thunder wave, he's going to assume sound is okay. And I'm going to-
Doesn't he want to be closer to that though? Because she got
I'm
right.
not doing thunder wave.
Okay.
Just knowing that sound is okay, I can cast stuff. Is what I meant. Sorry, that wasn't clear. He's going instead to gesture toward. Actually, range 60 feet. Okay, 10-foot area. So the two squares directly in like that one and that one, like these four.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a 10-foot. Now it's phantasmal force on that area, and it's going to appear as though it's lava. It just starts bubbling up out of the ice.
Okay.
That's basically want them to stay the hell away. It's like, you come over here, that's what you're stepping in. Good luck.
Can you post the? Can you
Oh,
post?
sure.
I'm sure there's a save. Yes.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. Well, at least you're working.
Oh, there it goes. I couldn't remember how to put it up because it's been so long since I did. My spell save DC is, one moment, scrolling back up to the top, 15.
All three of them fucking make it.
ah,
Ah.
good try.
That too.
And their int is -1!
Wow! Oh my god!
Oh man.
They're that stupid and they still made it. Holy shit.
I think I actually, to be fair, I think it's fair. Lava!
Because that is just weird. A weird thing to happen immediately, but
At the time the target realizes that the spell is an illusion,
they're
the spell ends.
yeah.
So
it
it's
comes up-
basically, it comes up and you just get this...
confused looks on
well,
them
no,
and they go, and
to-
they just,
yeah, to be fair, they do have a language, so Darvin can understand. And what he gets from the one that he's nearest to, this is bullshit. And poof, it's gone.
Only he understands that.
He goes, the language is Yeti. He has a helm of comprehend languages, and he's going, and
that's what I was
you do actually hear, you guys hear roaring. Darvin hears, did you see this bullshit he tries to put on us? I hope he's tastier than he is smart. Bonus action?
Oh,
bonus action is turning to Remy going, pull your sword and do your worst because holy crap, that didn't work.
Inspiration die for...
It's a 1d10. I think it's a 1d10 or a 1d8. Let me
It's
double check. It's been a minute.
it's 10 now.
No, I don't think so. Hold on. Oh, that doesn't even say it. What?
Well, it's depending on what your bardic inspiration die is up at.
Yeah, I thought that had it, but it doesn't. Where'd it go? Oh, is that it? No.
Your
Where's it listed?
your inspiration dice is now D10 as of level 10.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't go up till level 12 until you've hit 15th level.
Well, and it doesn't go up to 10 until I hit Bard 10, and I'm only at Bard 9.
Oh, okay, fair enough. In which case, no, then it's D8.
That's why I wanted to double check, because I knew I was getting close. Not quite.
Not quite there yet. So, okay, so you 1d8. It's still nothing to sneeze at. Hazel! I mean, to be fair, mostly you're seeing the backs of Remy and Darvin at this point.
Darvin, you're in the way.
You can move. You can sort of squidge past him. But
Yeah, that's sort of the. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically just get to here.
yeah, I'll say you can probably about do
Or
that.
actually, if possible, even further out to here.
Yeah, okay. You have a yeti. Is this another bullshit merchant?
Just roaring noises and he's just like the Wampa sequence.
Okay, so there you are.
And yeah, I'm gonna hit Spirit Guardians of McNumph,
Okay.
but I'm upcasting it.
Oh boy.
As far as 5th level?
You sure you want to blow a 5th level spell at this point? There are 3 yetis. They have 51 hit points. Do you really want to blow a 5th level spell on what Alice says they go out and cull? You're wiser than this. There may be worse.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Bonk.
Attack roll, please.
Or, yeah,
Roll
just,
for bonk.
just immediately the one next to me.
Well, yeah, I gather. Let's see. That definitely hits. Roll damage.
That and my Divine Strike adds 7 radiant to that.
Yeah, which is good because the ice damage does shit. So that's
This whole place is probably going to be resistant to that.
This isn't just resistant. This is immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sort of. I'm talking about like just the whole of this.
I'm trying to
Legion of the
subtract, please. Yeah, well, the radiant and the bonk has done it an ow. Bonus action?
Nope, nothing. Just gonna stick with this.
Okay, and that means it's Yeti number 1's turn, and Yeti number 1 is... I mean, yeah, Darvin's annoying, but there's this, and it just hit with an axe. So... that... Okay, first of all, actually, because of the bullshit, Darvin, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, wait. What? When did I click it? Hang on. Let me re-roll that because I somehow clicked advantage at some point.
Actually, no. I'm at this point. I'm just taking the highest of the ones you rolled, and you can fix it later, or fix it now. But
I did, yeah.
But re-rolls. So that's okay. Yeah, that's not gonna.
Is that if that failed, can I invoke my favor of the gods to add a 2d4? Possibly change the outcome?
Possibly. Go ahead, but try to give me a little more.
Okay. Well, I had to wait
warning.
to know when it failed.
Yeah, but anyway, roll. Okay. Yes, you are fortunate that only just put you above the DC 13 that you needed to avoid a chilling gaze. This thing looks at you, and you know that if looks could kill, you can actually feel it trying to freeze your body, but Bahamut is like, yeah, all right, fine, you've suffered enough.
You see Darwin just look at.
Fun.
Thank you.
Then it is going to go wailing on Hazel. Yeah, okay, so that's 1d6 plus 4. Oh, come on, really? So that's 10 points of slashing damage. Oh, come on, really? And another 10 because that was a nat 20. So I rolled 2 3s, and so it's the same thing. So whack with the axe, glares at Darvin, and then shred on Hazel.
Wonderful.
Froseth, you were fairly close to the front, so you and your monk speed can get just about anywhere.
Yeah, okay. I'll still stick close to the other people. Go here. I'm gonna make use of one of the new abilities I got when I leveled up.
Okay.
Do the Red Dragon's Claw, spending an extra key point to level it up once. Which I think makes it 4 rays.
Oh, is that Scorching Ray?
Yes, that's Scorching Ray.
Okay, so that's...
Got a
Yeah,
card
for you create 1 additional ray for each slot level above second, yes.
Okay, so basically the one that took a swing at Hazel is what I'm sending all those at.
Okay.
That probably doesn't hit.
No. Only because Ty goes to Defender.
Oh, that's 1 ray. 2 ray.
That one definitely hits, so that's...
The 3rd and the 4th.
Yeah, this thing is now smoldering and freaking the fuck out. Like, seriously freaking the fuck out. This thing reacts worse to fire than Ava does.
Okay, it's still up though?
It's still up, yes. Just.
Okay. Bonus action, I'll use Water Whip for a key point. Which... Dice 1. See 15 dex save.
Okay. Nope. And believe it or not, while prone, it's still technically alive. It has 1 hit point.
Oh,
Come on.
You almost did that. Yeti.
Yeah, no, that's what happens.
Yeah, Yeti number 2 is not overly impressed, but Alice is kind of up there, and and not. And this one's throwing fire. This one wants the fire throwing to stop. So
Yeah.
trundles up to Froseth and just actually make me a Constitution save.
On save. Nope.
Okay, and that's the thing. You're resistant to cold. You're not immune to cold.
Yeah.
So, that's and Yeah, that it doesn't even say half damage on a failed. Or it doesn't even say half damage. So, I mean, I suppose if you have the resistance, it probably is. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
6, 9, 11. So that's 6 points of cold damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So yeah,
The monk
Froseth
has been paused.
is kind of ice encased. Which, of course, this yeti is now doing before he starts clawing.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
of course he does.
If you literally can't move, is that advantage or an auto crit?
Like paralyzed is the actual effect, right? Because it'll.
Yes.
Yeah. So here, let me double check that. Paralyzed automatically fails strength and dex throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Okay then. Oh fuck. Okay, well that's one.
Oh, also, any attack that hits the creature is a crit.
Well, this one was anyway.
If the creature attacker is within 5 feet, but yeah.
I just wonder if that
It's gonna hurt.
stacks. That's well, that's 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And
Ow.
yep, and all attacks that hit are crits, so well, fucking hell, that is 16 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
This is not a happy yeti.
No, that hurt.
Really?
Yeah, and
Like
Froseth is
that.
still, and there. That's the thing. There's no saves. He's just paralyzed. He is encased in ice. This is your known natural element has turned against you.
Yeah.
Ava,
Do I see that?
ish. I mean, I think you probably won't be able to see the full extent of it until you actually get into the room.
Can I squeeze here-ish, or is Darwin in the way?
Well, remember that's the space he controls, not the space that he's technically
Right.
he'll let you through, so you can go about
Okay.
there. You start having problems with the wall if you get any further out.
Mm.
So yeah, you're seeing you're seeing a smoldering yeti on the floor, an ice encased Froseth.
Being wailed on.
Yes, by
I'm gonna pull out to whom may
Evan?
concern.
yeah.
Fuck away from my friend.
You're awfully close for to whom it may concern, but it'll still work.
Well,
It'll be very loud for you, but it'll still work.
that's fine.
I'm sure I gave you a clicky. I very very.
It's in there. I'm just clicking it now. Not doing anything.
Let me have a look, because it should be. Let me see. No more rolls. No, it worked when I did it.
Of course it does.
And look, it's not just my fucking dice.
I mean, I'll take it. Unless you want me to rewrite.
No. But by all means, roll damage.
Okay. So
Just click on rifle to whom it may concern, and that will give you the damage.
it's a 9.
I mean, it's already bruised from the wall, so I mean, it's not happy, but it's still looking better than the one with all the fur scorches.
Second shot.
I think I think what's probably happening is you've set up something on your character sheet so that it asks you every time you do something on advantage whether you roll queries query advantage. It is what it's set to, and you want advantage toggle, which I've changed for you now. So try clicking on it again.
Thank you. I didn't touch it though, so I'm not sure why that's doing that.
Don't know either. And it's still not working for you? What are you clicking?
Nope. But I'm clicking the.
Are you
rifle
clicking it
thing
on
thing.
your? Are you clicking it in your? Are you clicking it in your inventory, or are you clicking it in your attacks?
Oh, I'm a dummy. Sorry about that. My apologies.
Thank you. No, I don't feel so bad because I've made that mistake myself in the past.
Roll damage. I would have asked sooner, but it never. It's like surely she would have thought of that. So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. It's fine. It's fine. Things happen. It's fine.
Like I said, you're not the only one that's done that.
I had my other stuff.
It's dead. Stop. Yeah, you've put a couple of bullets in that for Darvin in particular. That and Ava's a little bit more used to it because she's practice fired it. But you guys have never heard or seen this thing in action, and Darvin, you know what it's like when you're next to
I've shotguns, yeah, I know.
Well, this is a rifle,
And
Which
we're
is
in an
even
enclosed area.
Yeah, so I'm. See,
it's weird. It's weird for Froseth because on top of all the gutting, he's vibrating. The ice around him is vibrating, and it's bonus action.
Let me check if.
I don't know that you have any, but
I was just checking if Slayer's Prey was an action or a bonus. Bonus action. Yeah, I'll do Slayer's Prey.
it would have been. It's the hunter's mark thing again. It's one of those things you should have
Yes,
done
I know.
before you started shooting, but that's fine. It's fine.
But
It's cool.
she just didn't think, she was just like, get him
Yep.
away from Fro's death. So.
And that leaves Yeti number 3, which is next. Yeah, Yeti number 3 is very much still. Give me the face of the one that filled. Although to be fair, you've got chilling gaze first. So Ava, make me a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Yeah, you feel that icy clench, and you're pretty sure that that's probably what happened to Froseth. But actually, in all fairness, because Hazel is kind of in the way, and this one hasn't actually moved all that much at this point, this one is going to get Hazel out of his way. One misses, one very much does not. Actually, no, what is your AC?
16.
Oh, sorry, in which case both of them hit. So one of them rolled an 11, but it's a +6 to hit, so. And that's 1d6 plus 4, so 8, 7, 15 points of slashing damage total. So yeah, it stomps up on Hazel and shred. Clarity.
Okay. Gosh, it's crowded. Can I sort of wriggle my way over to here?
Probably, yes. Like, there?
Yeah. And I would like to go stabby stabs on the one right next to me.
This dude.
Yeah.
Okay, by all means.
I will do acid dagger first. 13.
Roll damage.
Sweet. 9 piercing for acid. It's engaged, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. I will do some sneak attack. 12 piercing.
And apparently it really was just you found a bullet wound and twist, and this thing just thump.
Nice. Am I in melee? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I will bonus action offhand attack this guy here.
The one that just put some significant
my
shreds in Hazel.
Yeah.
By all means.
Poison.
Roll damage.
25.
Jesus Christ.
5 piercing, 2 poison. Stab it and just go, don't touch her.
Remy.
Can Remy move here, or is that troll in the way?
Well, you're not. That's all space they control.
Okay, then she'll just move up to here.
Of course, you're already up there because you just watch everybody sort of kind of pile in past you, just being like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what the fuck?"
I think she flipped on the ice a little bit.
Probably
And she'll put Hunter's Mark on that one.
the one with 1 hit point.
Oh, that.
Yeah, no.
First, I had assumed that one was already the 1 hit point one was there, so she'll just swing at that one.
Go ahead. Yeah, roll damage.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, that one just, it's already down, so it's just chunk.
And she'll awkwardly clamber over some limbs.
Yeah, I'll clear that one out and just put bunk.
And then put on a Hunter's Mark.
Okay. And you do have a second attack, so.
She just attacked.
Yeah, but you have 2.
No, she attacked the first troll with 1 HP.
Yes, and you killed it, and you have 2 attacks.
There is a second roll there for Remy.
Oh, is there? Oh, right. Okay. Ty goes to defender. No, you miss. Sorry, they were so similar. I was just kind of
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Okay,
unfortunately, it's trying to find footing around Troll Corpse.
Yeah.
Slightly smoldering Troll Corpse. So yeah. Barnabas.
Can I get there?
That's technically space that the that the Yeti controls. You can get there or there.
That's fine. All right, so bonus action first. I love being the only one to do it this way. Manifest the echo over here.
Okay, we'll. I'm just trying to find a decent echo for you here. Fuck it. I'm just gonna draw a Barnabas colored cube here.
Sure.
Because you might end up moving to it or something. I don't know. So here. Oh, and no, that's a bad color. We'll go with Barnabas Brown. There we go. There?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then I'm going to smack it 3 times with the Radiant Longsword.
Okay.
It's simple. Welcome to the Barnabas Buzzsaw. Once.
Roll damage.
And shit.
No. Roll damage. You click on the words that says Radiant Longsword on the first one. No, on the first one.
I thought that's what I clicked.
No.
It's got the crit.
Oh, yeah, that
pluses
was
there.
the first one. Yeah, it is. The
Oh,
pluses.
okay, that's weird, but okay.
Yeah, when someone rolls an attack immediately afterwards, it'll just put it
That's
below
10,
the same way.
90.
It's a display function. It's stupid.
Well, yeah, it's owing a lot, so damage for the second, I guess if you just click the thing again, it'll... Yep, so that's... Yeah, it's made of ow. Significantly made of ow. You have one more, you said 3 times.
Yep.
So attack again.
Probably.
Roll damage.
Oh, your AC is not great.
They have natural armor. Yeah, and how do you want to do this?
Decapitation is always nice.
Taking cues from Alice and Remy. So yeah, Barnabas basically he hits once, the echo hits once, and then it's sort of, hey, turns around, shook, head, boom, boom, boom.
Nice.
And for Alice from the top, I'll say, I do like that move.
Nice job.
Well, that one.
Anyone
Terribly
injured?
well.
He points at the frozen dragonborn.
Yeah, there's gonna be given that rounds are about 6 seconds. He's stuck there for a little while.
There's no save at the end of each turn for that?
No, there's no saves. I said at the beginning, there's no saves for this.
Not once it's in effect.
Not once it's in effect. You're paralyzed for a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, that seems weird. Usually they give you end of turn saves for stuff like that.
Nope.
Yetis are hilarious.
Oh, no, wait. Yes, no, there it is. You can... Okay, yes, sorry. Do repeat your Constitution save. It's just kind of buried in the middle of a whole bunch of other bullshit this spell does to you. So, Constitution save. But it would be at the end of the round, so...
Yeah.
Do you think we can summon just a
17.
little bit of fire?
He finally breaks out. It's like... clearly, the universe says no. Alice just sort of puts a hand on him and dumps her healing hands 13 HP into him. Yeah, she'll have come down by that point. It's not everything.
I'm gonna hit myself with a cure. I'm just gonna hit myself with a cure wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need more healing, Professor?
I would not be against more healing. That hurt a lot.
Yeah, it's better to spread this stuff out when they happen.
That's an extra 4 for this.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome to Yeti.
Indeed.
They did not like me.
Yeah, Yeti are afraid of fire.
Oh, speaking of that, should I keep using point to my rifle?
That's not fire. That's
no, but I mean just in general for noise and
I used Thunder Wave.
As we said when we were outside, if once we got to the maze, we wouldn't have to worry about the sound problem. It's out there where the avalanches happen. We're in.
Right. Fair enough.
I mean, this place is pretty structurally sound as long as it looks at Remy. Nobody tries melting it. Although that said, given the amount of scorching ray you were throwing around, or whatever the monks call it, maybe we should remove ourselves from this room just in case.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now that
Remy kind of glances off in this direction for any sign of adventurer corpses.
to be fair, I'm not even gonna necessarily give you a perception check for that one. You don't really need one. There's shattered remnants of what was probably at one point a conference table, mostly kind of crunched up into piles in corners, along with, if you look, you're mostly seeing gnawed humanoid bones.
Ugh.
Well, I think those are the other adventurers.
I told you, carrion eaters.
Well, now we know
I'm
for
gonna hit
sure.
myself another cure wounds while this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
You okay for a sec, or do you need a bit more?
I'm okay. Still a little bit, but not horrible.
Looks like there's only one way through. There's no more branch points from here.
Keep
Oh,
going
yeah.
then.
Mm-hmm.
The corridor that they walk through after this is still made of ice, but it's not so rough hewn anymore. And there is carving on the walls, but if Clarity tries to read it, it's not runes, it's more of it's an iconography, and it seems to, from what little you're able to piece together, because you can read all writing, and this is only just on the border of writing, it seems to be oral-related myths, all of which involve the fact that it's the hardiest, the bravest, the cleverest that are going to survive. Which is probably why this place is kept the way it is.
Oral myths. Only the heartiest of people survive, that sort of thing.
That's an oral thing, really. When they say survival of the fittest, they don't just mean physical fitness and strength. It's the people who are strong enough and sturdy enough to survive the weather, and strong enough and quick enough to survive the beasts, and clever enough and think outside the boxy enough to be able to eke food out of this.
To adapt, yeah.
And you just find ways around things. I don't really know what to... And there's not a whole lot of formal oral worship here anymore. People worship her every day of their lives just by surviving. So I don't know how long ago this was a working temple, but now it's home to some particularly creepy shit, apparently. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's just Yeti. But the cold look, it was unfortunate. Moving on. Again, the walls on the floor are still ice, but also smooth without being slippy, at least as far as the floor goes. You're finding it surprisingly easy to walk, given you've been having to be fairly careful from this point on, up till this point, but now it's more like
smooth tile instead of
marble.
ice.
Marble.
Yeah, marble. Thank you. That's the surface I was trying to think of. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Because, the smooth tile probably not it'd be either that or linoleum, and I don't even think they bother with linoleum in Egriff.
Good.
And there's a bit of light eventually as you proceed, and you hear, "It's been some time since any have come this far. Come." Walking further, because Alice ain't not stopping,
Yeah.
you end up looking at Clarity, Hazel, and Furseth, and Darvin have seen a Gynosphinx before. This one is similar in morphology to the one that you met in when you were looking for the beacon. This one is, at first you think she's white. No, it looks more like she's almost made of ice. Just sitting in the middle of a fairly rough cave. This one is her home, and she hasn't bothered to make it pretty. There's, on either side of her, not torches, but almost like pedestals for drift globes, so you do have some light to see by. She's just sitting on the dais with the two of those, and looks at you all. You came the easy way. Well done.
Easy way?
Oh, there are far greater challenges in this place.
No.
Well, that's good to know.
Then looks over at Furseth. You're, for an aspiring Bogregh, you're not particularly good with words, are you?
Not overly.
That may prove problematic in what's to come. There are two ways that you can go, you see, from here. And if you solve my riddles, I will direct you to the right one.
Okay.
If not, all doors bar the difficult way will be barred to you. Get one wrong and you'll have to find other ways to survive in this place.
Oh boy.
I have 6 riddles, and there's 8 of you. Who shall answer?
Is it one for all 6?
No. One
And
each.
only one person answer the riddle.
Yes.
They have to
All
come up with the answer themselves.
If anyone tries to provide answers to one that hasn't been chosen for that riddle, I will be fighting the cheater, and they will be alone.
Then we will not provide answers unless we're called to, unless we volunteer.
Talk amongst yourselves. And Alice is just, I tend to be pretty good at these kind of things. I'll take one.
I can try. But...
I could try too.
Yeah,
I mean,
Clarity, Barnabas, you're kind of
hmm
in there.
I mean, I was
Mhm.
able to answer one before, but I mean, it wasn't a very hard one. This is probably going to be much.
They're gonna be tricky, I guess.
Yeah.
Who's actually confident?
Barnabas will do one.
Yeah, Clarity, Barnabas, I'm pretty sure you guys will be okay. Froseth, I don't think you have a choice.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do one.
So that's 4.
I'd like to ask the Sphinx something. If I may, even if we're not answering the riddle, would amplifying someone's abilities qualify as cheating?
And she doesn't even let you finish the sentence. She just gets right in your face.
Understood.
Sits
Shut
back.
back off.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Yeah. This is
Sure.
clever enough.
So currently we have me, Clarity, Barnabas, and Froseth.
I'll do one.
Remy does not look confident.
You've been hanging around with me for how long now?
Darwin's looking at
That
Hazel.
is true.
Uh,
Tell you what,
You have my riddles. I do not. It's going to be anyone.
Darvin, Boulder Parchment Shears for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Remy.
Just.
Oh, okay, we're gonna do this.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We had this before, but let's try again. And that's Darvin.
Pippa wins.
Then again, is winning
I'm not sure
mean?
which one was won or lost that one.
I was assuming I would be doing it since I lost.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just onward we go.
Well,
It's like you two mouths shut. Looks at you all. The ones of you who are going to be answering riddles. I did hear your names. I shall go alphabetically. Alice steps up. Never speaking, still awake, pleasing most when most I speak, the delight of old and young, though I speak without a tongue. Not but one thing can confound me, many voices joining round me. Then I fret and rave and gabble like a rioting peasant rabble. Now I am a dog or cow, I can bark or I can low, I can bleat or I can sing, like the warblers of the spring. Let the lovesick bard complain, and I mourn the cruel pain. Let the happy swain rejoice, and I join my helping voice. Both are welcome, grief or joy, I with either sport and toy. Though a lady, I am stout, drums and trumpets bring me out. Then I clash and roar and rattle, join in all the din of battle. Yet so tender is mine ear that the lowest voice I fear. Much I dread the courtier's fate when his merit's out of date, for I hate a silent breath, and a whisper is my death. What am I?
God.
I'll say things about this for a minute. You're an echo. And I'll say sort of gets a nod and gestured over to the side where she's not going to be involved in whatever happens next. Ava.
Even more nervous now.
Don't worry, I won't be quite so poetical with you. There was a wise king who had 2 sons. He wanted to make sure his 2 sons would not fight over his fortune when he was gone. What did the king write in his will to ensure his 2 sons would split up his fortune fairly? You can make a... you can make a wisdom check if you like.
I think I will. Can I use my human resilience to give myself advantage?
If this is where you want to use it for the day, you can.
No, I'll go for it. 15. I have a thought, but I don't think that's it.
You didn't click on advantage, though, but...
No, I'm not using it.
Okay. Well, the easiest way, thinking about it, you never had real siblings, but you probably remember a bit better than Darwin does, times when you got, you snitched a cake from the kitchen and did a whole lot of debating over which was supposed to be, how you were going to divide it up to make sure it was even. And ironically enough, when after the argument and, weirdly Elfina, who was brushing her hair for the night, going, well, next time you want to make absolutely sure things are fair, let one of you split up whatever treat you have, and the one who doesn't split it gets to choose their piece first. So, trying to word it in the ways of the riddle, one son would divide the fortune, and the other would choose the piece first. Yeah.
Well, the easiest way would be for one son to divide the fortune and let the other choose their half first.
Nods and gestures in Alisaie's direction.
Very happily moves aside out of the way. And she's like, oh God.
Looks in Barnabas's direction. Rings within rings, but no jeweler has made them. Soldiers and kings have in battle displayed them. What are they?
Wisdom check I can do?
You can do wisdom, or for you can't. For this, you could use intelligence.
I will use intelligence because that's much better. Actually, no, they're even. It's my charisma that's craptacular.
Either way. In this case, you could do either. You're wearing it!
I'm wearing.
Chainmail.
Ugh. There's a moment of wait. Oh, chainmail.
It gestures aside. Looks at, because I think that's Alice, Ava, Barnabas, Clarity. Some will use me, while others will not. Some have remembered, while others have forgot. For profit or gain, I'm used expertly. I can't be picked up off the ground or tossed into the sea, only gained from patience and time. Can you unravel my rhyme?
Can you repeat that again? Because I think part of it cut off for
Oh,
me.
because of course it did. Some will use... Stop it. I swear, if you can't not chuckle through this, I'm gonna ask y'all to fucking mute. Some will use me, while others will not. Some have remembered, while others have forgot. For profit or gain, I'm used expertly. I can't be picked up off the ground or tossed into the sea, only gained from patience and time. Can you unravel my rhyme?
I think I know the answer. Should I still roll?
That depends on you.
I'd like to say experience.
It's acceptable. And I actually miscounted my riddles. At which point, just because of the faces Darwin pulls. Leans right up to him. 4 jolly men sat down to play, and played all night till break of day. They played for coin and not for fun, with a separate score for every one. When it came time to square accounts, they all had made quite fair amounts. Now not one has lost, and all have gained. Tell me now, can you explain?
And for coin, not for fun, but they all had a different score when they were playing around. Can I make a roll of some sort?
You can make a wisdom check, and Darwin is, if you make this, Darwin is going to feel like a complete idiot.
Well,
No, just do it.
yeah, I'll roll. I'll roll because as a player, I think I'm not sure. Wisdom. 15.
Yeah, he does feel like an idiot. Musicians.
Yeah, they were all musicians.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Your reaction would be more on the par of Barnabas, because it's like,
Okay. Yeah, no, so then he's okay. So it's
play
like
for cash and score, and then
and they were musicians. And they were playing from, and then because he's going like this, and it's like, wait a minute, no, they weren't. They were musicians. Ow.
and the guy does speaks literally just shoves him across.
He's literally just standing there going like this. And he's like, oh, okay.
Well, no,
sorry.
because to be fair, it's only slippery when she wants it to be, so he just slides.
Okay.
Turns around to Froseth. A bottle of future and a bottle of past are held in a kiss that holds both of them fast. When one of them takes, then the other one gives, and then they trade places as long as each lives. We can't hear you if we were meant to.
I haven't said anything.
Yeah, it's just when your mouth moves and I hear no sound at all, that's when I start to worry.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know this one.
Give it a
Hourglass?
gestures you over, and then it's left to Remy. For many, it is daily fare, this drink that no man can prepare.
She's clearly has something in mind, but then she's mulling it over. Water.
Nope.
Mm.
Nope. Alice is just the the guy no Sphinx looks over at Alice like, I believe this one knows it. The trick was in the stressing of man. That would be milk.
Yeah. That was not the alternate one that I was considering.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Specifically mother's milk.
Yeah, that was that was gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh dear. The guy just thinks about it for a minute. Looks at you all. Only one of you did actually get something wrong. At which point LSA is just, oh no. No.
We are not leaving him.
At which point the Gyno Sphinx walks over to Ava. Really?
Not happening.
Okay, yeah, no, this is about to get incredibly bad. This is about to get incredibly bad. Because, yeah, yeah, can you make me a charisma saving throw?
Oh dear.
Ooh.
I have 0 in that. And a 2.
And Ava is literally just gone.
What?
You are currently standing in small, empty demi-plane. You have been banished. Don't worry, she's safe. She'll be back in a minute. But that's decided a few things. Sorry, I did not really want to be looking at her face, otherwise I might decide to remove it. And as for you, Alice is just, you can try. Glances in a Remy word direction just to assess what she's thinking at the moment. What is Remy doing, reacting?
Remy was tensing in a certain way when when Ava disappeared. But now she's kind of just waiting to see what the Sphinx is about to decide on.
Glances between you, Alice, and the rest of the panicking or not so much individuals. Well, I sent one away for talking back. Alice first, then Remy. Remy finds herself. I'm going to move that to players. Right about... No. Here. In a oval room. Either ice or crystal, ice or diamond shard up there with little bits flanking it. They each seem to be glowing a little. But mostly it just looks like snow. And Ava comes back. And yeah, Remy, Alice, the rest of you are going, get this one out of my sight.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and the only door you're actually allowed to go through that you can actually open is just in an anteroom. A couple of ice benches.
Okay.
Wait.
Then I noticed Alice and Remy on the. Wait, where
We're not sure.
are they?
No. We left the room already.
Yeah, you left the room already.
So it's okay. We can
Where
talk
are
now.
Alice and Remy?
Now we wait.
Remy looks around and has flashbacks to the Archfey Lord's challenge.
Well, given that we're about that time, I think what I will do is, Noms, I will arrange for something with you because this does require the map. But since it's you alone, we'll pick a day, and sometime between now and when the when the next session is, just to walk you through that, just so that you know. And yeah, just as a final thing for what you get is, they must deal with it alone. Wait.
Irvin just immediately grabs the seat.
And we'll, meet up with Noms later for things involving Remy. And I'll see you all again in 2 weeks' time. And that nearly went so very, very well until not only my stupid PC, because she would, but she has reasons because, wife. And then Ava...
We ain't leaving anyone behind.
Yeah, wait for them to say what they're doing before you call them out like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, but from what she was saying, it sounded like she wanted to keep Remy and let us through.
Yeah, but you didn't know that. You didn't give her the chance to,
Right.
and all. I mean, I'll give you this because all it really meant was that Remy was going to have to take an alternate route alone, because she was the only one that botched it, and
I probably wouldn't have been happy with that either. But
well, no, but it might not have been quite so
quite as bad.
offensive. I'm just glad that the Gyno Sphinxes actually have banishment and they didn't actually have to start attacking you, because that would have been a thing. Anyway, we are a bit past that time now, so Noms, I'll talk to you later, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks' time when we all get back together and we see what the various bits of... She might have actually been nicer to you if you hadn't mouthed off. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Oh,
See you in 2 weeks.